Here at Brown University, research is one of the educational cornerstones that we have. We think it's so important because it really helps to bridge the gap between what students are learning in their courses and what they are actually potentially going to do in their future careers and jobs. Like with many of our experiences, there certainly isn't a one-size-fits-all way for them to be able to get into a lab. Students might have that opportunity in many different ways.
I spent a lot of time looking at researchers at Brown, it's like a Brown catalog of all of the different research professors and has information about what types of research they're doing. I basically made a big spreadsheet of all of the ones that I picked out that seemed like they would be interesting.
I found this lab through the Biology Undergraduate Education program, the BUE, and they had this page where they showed different types of researchers and what they were doing. They posted some opportunities.
I'd already taken a class with Professor Wessel, and I found that Professor Wessel was a really great teacher and just overall a really great person that I liked talking to. I just Googled him and started looking through the articles that he had published or that people in his lab had put out.
I found my research engagement in junior year, and by then I had a pretty good understanding of what I was interested in and the type of lab environment I was looking for. So I went to Researchers at Brown and searched up cancer biology, drug development, and made a list of faculty members who had research projects that I was interested in.
So I ended up emailing a few of those professors.
I showed my interest and they emailed back and then
scheduled meetings with them, and that's how I officially started.
There's going to be a lot of professors who never replied to you just because so many people are also reaching out to them, but don't give up. There's somebody out there for you.
Rashane walked in the door. That's how some of maybe the most special experiences I've had start out, just a knock on the door. For people who are interested, it's nice to write an email or to call even, but to come up to the lab and to knock on the door allows you to immediately interact with the student.
I met with like 2 or 3 faculty members, and they showed me around their lab. And so being able to understand the exact environment that I was working in and my role in the lab was something that was very important to me when I was deciding my fit.
I was definitely drawn to this lab because of the field research component. I looked at a lot of different labs that had field research. There were many different labs that involved biology in different ways. Some were genetics, so others were more theoretical, but this one was very tangibly field research, and I found that very interesting.
I found a bunch of labs that I was kind of somewhat interested in, and I wasn't exactly sure what kind of topic I wanted to study in particular. But I ended up going with the Valdez lab, primarily because it seemed like it was a great working environment and had great mentorship. I got to meet some people in the lab, and everyone was just really nice and friendly. And it was someone's birthday also, so they had like a little celebration, and everyone seemed like they got along really well. I also talked with like one of the undergraduates working in the lab to kind of gain insight on what the experience is like day to day and like how much work it is, what the mentoring relationship was like.
What I'm looking for is that the student has spent a little bit of time to discern what potentially is of interest to them, how the research that we do will potentially help them become better students, better scientists, ultimately contribute to the knowledge that we are trying to contribute as a lab, as a group, to society.
Enthusiasm and engagement and curiosity, those are the things that I am most interested in when I talk to students about research experiences.
I would look for a student who is willing to take risks, willing to fail, fall down 9 times, get up 10, and be a hard worker.
Even if you're nervous that you might not have enough experience in the field or knowledge about the specific field of the research, just reach out to the professors.
Students do not have to have any practical skills.
Our job is to train the students in those skills that are needed in order to answer their questions.
The advice I would give to students considering a research engagement is to step out of their comfort zone. Research can take many forms, and there's no one proper way to engage in research.
Just take the leap. it's definitely created opportunities for me that I never thought I would ever do. And I've had such a great time, so definitely engage in research here.
So if you're thinking about research and thinking about what those steps might be, I'd encourage you to come and talk to me or anyone in this office, your concentration advisor, and we can help you think about it, about what research might look like for you, if it's right for you, and certainly to think about those first steps to get started, because it could be something that's transformative for the rest of your educational journey.